You hear the song, summertime. It is summertime, and we're all out and about and enjoying ourselves, and things can happen to us. So Dr. Mehmet Oz is here from the Dr. Oz Show. Congratulations on your Emmy.
Well, thank you very much.
Well deserved, well deserved.
Thank you much.
But you've talked to us about that you have to have a first aid kit. There's some must-haves that you should have with you at all time. What are they? So
everyone get out their pens and papers. Here's the list real quickly. Steri strips, going to talk about why they're important for skin cuts. Aspirin, EpiPens in case you're allergic to something you may not know about. Of course, some kind of a compression bandage. In this case, I showed an ACE in case you've sprained something. And tweezers. Let's start with tweezers because tweezers are for ticks. If folks don't realize this, but when ticks bite you, they actually suck your blood up, and then your blood mixes with whatever blood they've got inside of them from whatever animal they just bit before. And if they've got, for example, Lyme's disease in them or Rocky Mountain spotted fever, they'll ingest your blood, mix it with theirs, and inject those materials into you. And
you have the tweezers because you really make sure that it's you know, out of your body, out of your skin.
The big mistake, Robin, people make is they squeeze the tick in order to get it out. So what you're actually doing is infusing that contaminated blood back into you. So take a tweezer, just grab it by the mouth and pull it out. The other reason you want to do that is don't destroy the tick, save it. You won't always get Lyme disease from a tick.
But everyone always thinks, oh, it's a tick, it must be Lyme disease, but that's not always the case.
Not at all. You're much better off saving the tick. You can show it to a doctor. They can identify whether it's got an infection in it. Plus, you'll actually now have a little bit of a head start in case you don't get that classic bullseye rash that so many folks do get, but not everyone gets.
All right, so it's really hot. Don't have to tell you that. So people like to get in the water and cool off a little bit. Jellyfish.
Yeah, so innocuous, right? They're benign little creatures, but they've got tentacles, and at the end of those tentacles, there are these poisonous sacs that have harpoons on the end. And when they sting you, they inject their poison, their venom into you, which is why the EpiPen may come in handy for some people who are really allergic. So what do you do about that? Well, the first thing you do is you don't put fresh water on it, because as soon as you put fresh water on those little sacs, they'll begin to squeeze and inject their venom into you through those little stingers. Instead, you want to put a little bit of isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, or vinegar, something that's acidic on top of the wound. That will paralyze the sacs, or salt water, frankly, will at least slow them down as well. And then here's the part that a lot of folks don't know. Make a little paste of baking soda or some shaving cream, rub it on the area that's been stung. Take a credit card and scrape them off. And so it actually works very effectively. You have all these things readily available to you most of the time when you're traveling.
I was wondering why you had that credit card out there. You know, I'm thinking of the jellyfish and the Friends episode. Y'all remember that about 10 years ago? Monica got stung.
Yes.
Joey couldn't step up to the plate, and Chandler was there, and he urinated on the sting. Is that the way to go about it?
Well, you know, in theory, it would work. I would suggest for most people that the alcohol and the vinegar is a little better pathway. But what happens if your urine is acidic? You've had a lot of cranberry juice or citrus fruits. If your acidic urine is put on top of the stingers, just like the alcohol and the vinegar, you'll paralyze them. But I don't think it's the most hygienic way to go.
Okay, I thought as much. When you're out, especially kids, you know, you're running around, you're falling down, you're getting cuts and bruises and scrapes and all that. That's a problem.
Yeah, it happens a lot in the summer, especially in your feet, by the way. Rule of thumb, you never put anything in a wound you wouldn't put in your eye. Don't forget that. Simple, easy thing to do. That way you don't put alcohol inside your eye, right? Why is it you got 50 bacteria, but you got 500,000 good guys trying to help you? So don't kill everything off. Don't nuke the whole system. And you want to use Steri strips. If you can see through the wound deeper than the dermis, into fatty tissue, you want to pull the skin back together again, you put a little Steri strip on there.
Great. A lot of sprains also. We're out and trying to have a good time and things like that.
Number one lesson with sprains, don't let it swell. So we use the RICE protocol. R stands for rest, E is for, I is for ice, so it doesn't swell so much. C is for compression, that's what the ACE bandage does for you, it keeps the swelling down. And E is for elevation, and Robin, this is important, you got to elevate your ankle above your heart. Actually, your organs...
Stretch it out for us again, so do how you did that?
Raise it way above your heart. If you put your foot down like this, that's not elevated. You want it above your heart in order to allow gravity to drain the fluid out of there. The swelling actually hurts you.
We have always been amazed with your flexibility, so I'll tell you that. But let's talk a little bit about your show that you have coming up, because you know, people are out and about, the sun, skin cancer, things like that. You're going to help some folks?
We're going to talk a little bit about sunburns. We're going to talk a ton about what to look for if you've damaged your skin to make sure you don't have skin cancer. So we got the ABCs of finding out if your skin is damaged, what you need to do about it. But some key tips right now. Aloe does work on sunburns. So does aspirin. If you burned yourself in the sun, take a bath, a cold bath, put some aspirin in the bath powder, mix it up, and actually that will reduce the inflammation, and you can take the aspirin orally too.
So take it orally and also put it in the bath water?
It is the most important home remedy for burns I've seen. Please don't put butter on it, don't put oil on it. That actually heats your skin up unless you want to cook it. Doesn't make any sense.
No. All right, Mehmet, again, congratulations. Well deserved. You're enjoying the summer, aren't you? I can tell.
A good time.
We have more tips online. For instance, do mosquitoes bite women more than men? Go to our website to find out.